Well, welcome everyone. My name is Dr. Kirk Visnick, and we'll get this webinar started tonight. We've got our special guest from corporate, Milo Acosta, is going to be answering questions on the comp plan. So if you have some questions, type them in the chat box. If we've got time at the end of the webinar, I'll open it up for live questions as well. But we've got, I brought Andrea and Katie on to ask questions of Milo. And I thought this would be a good way to really understand the compensation plan, because, you know, we can sit here, we can go through the slides, we can say, here's what this is, here's what that is. And it always seems like when I get done, next day, I'm getting just tons of questions from people saying, well, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by that? And so I thought, well, why don't we just bring Milo on? Why don't we bring the expert on to the call? So Milo, welcome to the call, and Andrea, Katie, thanks for jumping on and co-hosting this with me. And for all of you that are watching on Facebook right now, for those of you that are on the call with us right now, thanks for taking the time and let's get this thing rolling. So Milo, thanks for joining us, and I'm just going to throw it down to Katie and Andrea and let them start asking questions.
Okay, great. Do you want me to ask the first one, Andrea?
I thought he was kind of going to go through stuff to get the questions rolling.
That's okay, I can roll it.
Okay.
Be gentle.
Okay, so Milo, if somebody wants to understand, I guess, the first three levels being master, master builder, and 1-star, can you explain to people what it means to be master and master builder? And then I guess we'll touch on 1-star.
Absolutely. So for that, I actually have a slide. Is that okay if I share that with you guys?
Yeah.
You got it.
Okay, let me just find it here. This slide, I think it's one of the most important slides that we have.
Oh, yes.
Because on this sheet here, you can see everything that has to do with a compensation plan. You'll see the different ranks from preferred customer to 10-star, the personal qualification starting from a distributor, what you actually need to purchase every single month, the QDB that each rank requires, the leadership requirement, the 1-star legs. For the direct commissions, that's the different levels you got per rank and the percentages, the infinity bonus, check match, auto bonus, or rank and master bonus. So yeah, for master builder, and actually for any ranks, you actually need to buy at least 50 PV. So each product has individual, PV, which is almost point per dollar for PV, and CV. The CV is what you get paid on. So for instance, for distributor, you'll need 50 PV. You need to actually purchase 50 PV to qualify. On all the ranks, starting from distributor to 10-star, you need to actually purchase 50 PV to qualify. The rest of the PV can come from your preferred customers. So that's another big thing that I always talk about, the importance of having preferred customers in your organization. But yeah, master, you need that. You need 1,000 QDB, which is the qualifying downline volume. That's pretty much everything that your downline is producing. And master build, and for that master, you get 4 levels of direct commissions, which is paid monthly. And the master build is you get five levels, and you need 2,500 QDB for that and 100 QDB. One important thing that you guys need to understand is that the importance to have a solid customer base. 80%, well, in the US, the numbers are 80% of the people love network marketing products for their benefits, and only 20% like the actual business, build a business. A lot of people, what they do is they focus on that 20% to get people, networkers, and they kind of forget about the 80%. I knew a couple of leaders that focus a lot on getting customers, because we'll talk a little about the customer type and how much they get. You get 20% for life or anything that they buy. That helps to the return on investment and get their products for free. So if we focus on doing that, those two things, and getting all our organization to get their return on investment and get their product every month, obviously our volume will grow.
Okay, great. And so you mentioned 50 PV is the minimum, the rest can come through a customer. That's something we don't really encourage. We encourage at least, really 250 PV. So people,
Right.
yeah, because otherwise then you're going to have to sign twice as many people to get the same amount of commission check.
Yeah, so there's our program, the LRP program, and the voucher free shipping voucher. Those two programs, you do require to purchase the 250 to qualify for the percentages to get free product and to receive your shipping back. Yes, starting as a company, that's pretty much the rules that we established to qualify as a brand new distributor. But yes, obviously each team has their different ways of promoting their business. And yeah, everybody needs at least 300 PV a month to buy the products, their laundry detergents, their Triangle of Life, all the other awesome products that we have to have that available for their families for sure.
Okay, we've got a question in the chat box. Marsha was asking, can you explain the difference between PV and CV?
Yes, PV is personal volume. The PV is used to rank up. So every single distributor that you put in your organization and whatever they purchase and whatever they bring in within the organization, it's hard to accumulate your PV. So the PV is used for ranks. If you see on this chart here on 1 star, you need the 200 PV. Well, that's the personal volume, but on the qualifying downline volume, that's what we use as a PV to rank up. The CV is used to pay commissions. So sometimes a product can have 50 PV and 40 CV. The 50 PV goes to help you rank for different ranks, and the 40 is what we use to pay out commissions. So if it's 7%, it would come off of the CV, not of the PV. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So Marsha was asking, rank up. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, the rank ups, for instance, a distributor, every single person that comes into the business comes in as a distributor. So you get your 50 PV or whatever amount of product that you buy a month, and you're automatically qualified to earn 3 levels on direct commissions, which the direct commissions is at the end of the month. We pay 7% on anything that your downline purchased during that month. So you get 3 levels. Now a level means that I sign up Katie, and Katie signs up Andrea, and Andrea signs up Kurt. So it would be 3 levels to me. Okay, so that's what a level is, and that's the different levels that you get when you rank up. A distributor gets 3 levels, then when time passes and you start growing, you get, let's see, for master you get 1,000. You need 1,000 on your group volume, and when you hit that 1,000 group volume and you have your at least 50 personal volume, then you get your 4 levels at 7%, and so on and so forth until you become a 10 star.
And Milo, the QDV, that includes your volume as well, right? So if you buy $500 worth of product, that's included in that. So sometimes people say, well, my volume is such and such. Why aren't I getting paid on it? Yes,
the qualifying downline volume for you. I mean, if we want to explain how this works, the qualifying downline volume, when you go into your back office and go to your downline report, you'll see the amount of total downline volume that you have on your organization. There's a thing called the 50% rule, which means that you can't use more than 50% on your strongest leg. So to figure out how much is your QDV, you get your total downline volume, you divide it in 2, and then you apply that volume to your strongest leg. Then you add any other QDV that you have on your other legs, and plus you add all your PV, and that will give you your QDV. And that's the volume that you're going to use to rank up. Okay, so one of the things people say, well, I want to help somebody qualify. How do I do this? The easiest way is to if that person purchases certain volume and puts it on her PV, the whole PV that they purchase as their personal volume counts towards the QDV. So the 50% rule doesn't apply to that person's personal volume. Does it make sense?
Right.
Right.
So it doesn't apply?
No. So every single, so let's say that I want you to qualify you, Katie, as a 1-star, and you have 4,500 on your QDV. If you place an order for 5,000 under your ID number, under 500 points, then you automatically qualify for the 5,000 points to become a 1-star. So
right.
Yes, so you don't need that. The 50% rule won't apply on your personal
orders. That's why you could actually orders. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you could actually have someone order 5,000, the whole 5,000 PV, and they would be 1-star just from their own order.
Exactly, or from
Right.
preferred customers, exactly, because a preferred customer counts as your PV as well. So a lot of people, what they do, they place order under your organization, but when you place that, let's say those $500, you need to make sure that you place them, and that the total, the TDV will go up on your TDV, so that will affect a little your total downline volume. It'll still apply on your strongest leg, but then you usually end up only needing 70% of the volume that you need if you place it underneath also.
Okay. Can you just mentioned the word placement for everyone on the call? Can you elaborate on what you mean by placement and why is placements important? Because when I first started in Sisel, no one ever explained placement and enrolling sponsor. In fact, I don't even think there's a full description written anywhere of that. And so I didn't really understand what was the benefit, why you needed to do it, and how it actually worked. And
yes.
Yeah, so just to let people know.
Yeah, a placement is a great tool that the company has, a great option to help people qualify easier. So let's say if I want to help Katie qualify as a 1-star, and I signed up Andrea, sorry. I signed up Andrea, I personally sponsor her, but then there's an option that you can have a placement sponsor as well. So I can place Andrea underneath Katie. So anything that Andrea produces and build her organization, Katie is going to be getting the points, the PV, towards her rank up, and she's also going to get 7% of whatever Andrea's organization produces that month. And obviously, I'm going to get the same thing. So that's a good way for you as an upline to help certain people to qualify as a 1-star, because remember, if you want to become like a 5-star, you need 5 different 1-star legs so you can become a 1-star. So that's a good way when you're signing people up, and you see that for instance Katie's doing really well and he's very close to hitting 1-star. You can sign somebody up and place that person under Katie, and that will help with the volume that she generates. That will help Katie become a 1-star, and you can rank up as well. So to place people, you have 30 days to place them. Okay, so if I signed up Andrea today, I have 30 days. Then I can go to my back office and I could change the placement sponsor and place Andrea under Katie. So obviously Katie can get the benefits of whatever volume Andrea produced during that 1 month.
Milo.
Yes.
I have a question because I checked into placement a little while ago and customer service told me that you could no longer do that. You had to call in and change the placement. Has that changed? No,
after the first 30 days, you can change it on your back office. Now with the new system, we actually been testing that. So you're going to have the opportunity to go in your back office and do it yourself. The only way that you can do, you can still change or place people after your 30 days. It's a little more complicated, not a little, a lot more complicated, because you need, after 30 days, you need at least 7 signatures upline of your placement tree, so they can authorize that move, because obviously that's gonna affect 7 levels up. So you would have to just go through customer service, fill out a form. I think it's like $50 to change the placement sponsor, and you have to give them the seven signatures up the placement tree in order for you to change that person after the 30 days.
And that may
Yeah,
not be possible.
I was
What was that?
actually
Sorry,
That's
Lauren.
hard.
I was actually asking about within the first 30 days, because the last time I checked on it to move somebody, I couldn't do it in the website. So I called in and they said, yeah, you can no longer do that in the website.
Yeah, it was maybe because of our current system. Like I
Okay.
say, starting July, this other upgrade that we're doing is night and day. We love it.
So
Yeah,
strategically,
Andrea, I was in the back office and the people mover's still there. And I
Yeah, it's
yeah,
still
I
there.
saw that it was there. It just didn't work when I tried it. So strategically though, like you wouldn't want to place somebody that you signed up new, like 6 levels under you to help somebody,
Ooh.
because then you would be losing a whole lot of volume because they're way down under you.
That's correct.
So you would
I would-
typically want to only do that to your first or second level.
That's correct. First or second, maybe third. I wouldn't go past the third though.
Right. So that just means to make it simple for people who are new to this, because we throw all this lingo at them, PV, Q, all of that stuff. And, you know, it gets very confusing for new people. So to make that very simple, you're saying that one person you'd sponsor someone and you have the option to move them under someone else you have sponsored in your group.
That's correct. And you have the ability,
If it would
to
be
do that.
beneficial to you.
What was that?
If you feel it would be beneficial to you to do that. Otherwise,
Yes.
you wouldn't recommend it. Now, I would say that would be something important to understand. When I first got started, I think I sponsored 40, 45 people within just a very short period of time and didn't move anybody. And so I'm very wide, where if I had built that a little differently in the beginning, I probably would be qualifying at a higher rank right now.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a great tool that you can use, the placement. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people just, everybody does their own thing. Some people think that you produce a little, I mean, your downline will expect you to place people under them sometimes. But if you're very clear with your organization, I mean, that this tool can actually help you a lot to rank up fast.
Right.
And Milo, just getting back, like if it's outside the 30 days, you require upline sign off, which for some people is actually just not even possible, because you need agreement from all the people above you. And if one person doesn't agree, that's it. It won't be happening. So
That's true.
There's that. And then with the tool, if they don't want to use the tool, they can still send to CS placement at sisel.net.
Yes, so it's very important for everybody to train distributors to know about this option of the placement one, so they can consider, if they're considering and building the right way, so they understand how the process goes, and they have 30 days to think about who they want to place it, if they want to place it at all.
Yeah. Marsha's got a question here in the chat box. If I'm a master builder and place 100 PV order, I get paid 5 levels deep if my QDV is 2,500.
Yes, if you have 2,500 and you're a master, you're paid as a master, you get paid 5 levels down at 7%. Yes.
So sometimes, people say, well, what's the benefit of keep maintaining your master or master builder level? What's the benefit if I keep qualifying at 1,000 or 2,500? Because they're not actually getting a lifestyle bonus or anything like that. But as you can see from this diagram on the screen, the benefit is that you actually get paid down 1 level more in depth. Now, if you didn't have the depth, it wouldn't help so much, but it actually does give you a benefit.
Right, exactly. Now, obviously, every distributor participates in the loyalty rewards. You can starting at 199, if I'm not mistaken. That's when you start getting a percentage back every 4 months on free product.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to point out, that earlier you had said, oh, you only have to have 50 PV. Some people do that, and then they miss out on that loyalty rewards altogether. And so you're actually kind of shooting yourself in the foot when you try and play that game, I guess.
Yeah, the only reason I said that because sometimes people have a lot of customers and they end up having 1,000 PV, 1 month, and all of a sudden the following month they don't receive any commissions, and they're like, I have 1,000 PV, why didn't I get commissions? And the customer service agent will say, well, you didn't purchase at least 50 of those, have to be personally sponsored. That's the only reason I said about the 50, because even though you have 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 PV that comes from your customers only, you won't qualify for commissions if you don't purchase at least 50.
Gotcha.
So Marsha's put another question. What's the benefit of ordering 250 PV if I'm only a master builder? It doesn't
The
say
benefit
only.
is that you get your shipping back. So anything, if you place 5 orders during 1 month, all those 5 orders, you pay for shipping, right? So at the end of the 12-month period, if you have at least 250 accumulative PV every month, you'll get all the shipping that you paid back on a voucher that you can use for free product. Now, one thing that I want to make sure that you guys understand is when you guys use those vouchers, the free product doesn't have any PV or CV, okay? What we've had is people saying, okay, you know what, I have a voucher for $100 worth of product. So I'm going to use that voucher, and then I'm going to add another 150 points for my order for the month. And they do the math and they say, okay, I have 250 points now, and I qualify for my shipping. I keep qualifying. Now at the end of the 12-month period, they say, well, I want my voucher back. And he said, well, you didn't qualify. And they look back and see that one order, they used a voucher for 100. So basically it's only 150 points that they have available to use. So a lot of people do that mistake, that they combine that voucher to add more to that order. And they forget that the free product doesn't give any PV or CV. So make sure that you guys understand, when you use a voucher for a loyalty reward or for the shipping, obviously it's a free product, so we're not going to be giving a PV or CV to that free product.
Okay, great.
So some people may have a question of, when does my year start for that? Like, does it start when you sign up and start ordering, or is it a January to the end of December thing?
No, it's whenever you start, whenever you place your first 250 PV order, that's your month 1. And then it's 12 months from there, then that's when you get your shipping voucher. Or every 4 months, if you buy over whatever amount of volume, you get the certain percentage for your LRP. Now the LRP once again is available
bonus,
for 60
right?
days. What was that?
Loyalty bonus, correct?
Yeah, the loyalty reward program, loyalty rewards are good for 60 days, and the shipping vouchers as well. So make sure when you call customer service or you go in your back office, you see where you're at. If you have one, use it, because you have 60 days to use it. If you don't use it, you lose it. So just make sure that you train your teams on that situation, because we've got people that forget about it, and then 2, 3, or 3 months later they call in and say, oh, I have $400 worth of product of my voucher, or they call in 62 days into the month or into the qualifying period, and the system just won't honor it anymore.
Right.
Milo, getting back to the orders and things like that, when somebody signs up, and let's say they get started today, it's May 1st, and they buy the Wealth Builder pack, they buy another order, say on the 25th of May. When do they have to? Do they have to have an order every 30 days? How does the compensation plan run on that? Is there a grace period? If you could explain that to people.
Yes, they will actually have 36-day qualifications. So you buy an order when you sign up, and the system looks into the future 36 days. So for the next 36 days, you're going to be qualified in case you sign up somebody that you receive the fast start, or a preferred customer or anything. The system always looks 36 days into the future to qualify you for those 36 days. So before I forget, one change that I'm sure that you guys read the email that we sent that's going to happen starting July 1st is that we used to, we're still paying daily right now. As you guys know, that are been with us for some time, we've had some fraud going on lately, and since we pay daily, there was this one situation that this person stole like 50 credit card numbers. So he just started calling customer service and signing people up and getting product on the wealth builder and everything. So we would process the order and then pay commissions the next day. Well, 2 or 3 days later, the actual owner of that credit card would call in and say, hey, who's Sisel? I just, there was a charge for $400 or whatever it was, so wow. We would lose the product. We would lose the commissions that we paid that one person, and we would have to claw back 7 levels up. So just for security purpose, to protect the companies, to protect, your businesses, we're going to change from a daily to a weekly. Okay. So the weekly period starts on Fridays and ends on Thursdays. Okay. We're going to be that first check, say today starts the new period, right? So this period is going to run today until Thursday. So your first check is going to be until the Friday after. So there's going to be a week lag. So we can make sure that all the orders are okay, that we're paying orders correctly. You will see in your back office the amount of commissions that you earn daily, but we're going to be paying weekly from now on. The weekly pay will be for Fast Start, for preferred customers, and for Wealth Builder. Okay, the rest of the bonuses we usually pay monthly, so it's going to be exactly the same thing. That's not going to change. But we're going to go starting July 1st. We're going to be changing going from a daily pay to a weekly pay on Fast Start, preferred customers, and Wealth Builder.
Okay, great. Marsha's got a couple more questions in here. She said, if I sign someone up as a distributor and they purchase the wealth pack, how much commission is that worth if I've already bought my own wealth pack?
So the wealth pack is to qualify to earn Wealth Builder commissions, okay? So if anybody wants to receive Wealth Builder commissions, you have to buy a Wealth Builder pack, right? So if I sign up Katie and Katie buys a Wealth Builder pack, I mean, we would have to go through the Wealth Builder training. So, but let's basically say I'm brand new. I just signed up. I signed up with the Wealth Builder. I got, I'm qualified now. Tomorrow I sign up Katie. I will receive $50 from that sign up. Now, if I want to double my commissions, I need to sign up at least 3 people that buy that Wealth Builder pack within my first 2 weeks. And if I do that, we're going to double commission. So I'm going to get $100 off of each one. So that's a good way to start for people that are very serious in building. You want to make sure that you promote the Wealth Builder because you get up to like 40% discount on those packs, and you get more product obviously to share, and you get the discount, and you get the opportunity to make money, to get infinity bonus on width and in depth as well.
Okay, great. And Milo, is the free sign up continuing on this month, or is it finished?
It is. Actually, we're extending that for May.
Yay!
And you guys are the first one that knows about this. So yes, we're extending it. We saw a 50% increase on signups from April, March to April. So obviously we know the situation worldwide, and people are struggling. But what we're seeing is people are trying to start a home-based business, and they know of our products, they know the quality of our products, and they want to start building a new business. And the $24.95 that we're waiving, that fee that we're waiving, is really helping them. Obviously, they won't get the kits on that initial order, but they have the opportunity to buy it if they want it for $19.95. If they want to purchase the kit. Yes, US. Thank you.
Ours is $37.50 plus shipping. So okay, great. And just another point, So when you say 30 days, it's 30 days Utah time, not Australia, New Zealand time. Like it's still 30-day period, but we need to be mindful that because we've had some people where they've placed an order on the 1st in Australia, thinking they're qualifying for the next month, but in the US, it's still the previous month. So therefore their order falls into the previous month because the system goes by the Utah time clock, right?
Yes. Yeah, mountain time, exactly. That's a good point. I've never, since I'm super just focused on North America, I really,
Yes.
sorry about that, Katie. Yeah, you're right, actually.
Because, yeah, it can happen. So people need to be aware. And so put the Mountain Standard Time clock on your phone. You can add world clocks. And so you always check what time it is and what day it is in the US.
Yes. Yeah, but we actually, that's why probably we qualify for 36 days, maybe. That's for time, not just 30. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. All right, great.
Is that for all parts of the compensation plan? Then it's the 36 days?
That 36 days is just it's for you to qualify for. I mean, you place an order, you have 36 days. You qualify yourself for 36 days.
But not for the loyalty rewards, though. That's 30 days.
No. That's different. Yeah, that's completely different. And for rank up, you
that's
only
why
have
I was
30
asking.
days. And loyalty rewards only have 30 days. But for qualifying for fast start and all that, you do have 36. But in bonuses and rank ups, you're 30 days calendar. Yeah.
So when you say bonuses, what specifically?
Well, we have the luxury bonus, the lifestyle bonus, and the rank advancement bonus that you need. You have, to hold that rank for 30, for 3 months in a row, 30 days. 3 months actually, 3 months in a row to receive the lifestyle or to receive the rank advancement as well.
So if somebody fell outside the 30 days and they put it on the, it had been 33 days, they're going to get something, but they're going to miss out on some things like what you just said. So it's still best to make sure you're putting it in monthly.
Yes, and the secret here, just to make sure that you hit everything that if you're planning to hit, get the free shipping and the loyalty rewards every 4 months, put yourself on auto ship. A lot of people, I mean, the company doesn't require you to be on auto ship. I mean, you guys can place orders whenever you guys want, but I've seen a lot of people that forget and they just say, you know what, I'll put it tomorrow, and they just forget, and then they place the order and they're late, and now they didn't qualify for anything that they earned during that month. But if you have your auto ship set for whatever day that you pick, you know that you're going to qualify regardless of what's happening around the world. You're going to be qualified for your.
Okay. Great. Can we, if there's any other questions, Kurt, I think Andrea's dropped off.
Yeah, I was just jotting some things down. Somebody asked as far as like, if you don't sign up for the Wealth Builder in your first 30 days, what do they lose? I mean, they can sign up anytime, but what do they lose?
I want to tell you a situation that happened in Indiana once. We went on a tour, and one of the leaders, I believe she was a 2-star, so she has been doing the business for a couple of years now. But she didn't understand what the Wealth Builder was because the upline didn't understand it either. So he never trained on the Wealth Builder, but he loved the idea of having the brand new people buy these packs because of the discount. So when I was going through the comp plan, through the Wealth Builder presentation, she's like, you know what? I haven't gotten any of these bonuses. And I'm like, have you signed up any people with these? And she's like, yeah, we have 11 people signed up on personally sponsored. And so I went to her back office and saw that she wasn't qualified, that she didn't purchase a Wealth Builder pack. So
it rolled to a sponsor.
Yes, after the
this would be a good time to
like,
explain dynamic compression.
Well, yeah, exactly. And that's when she's like, how much money did I lose? I'm like, do you really want to know? And she's like, no, I really don't. And like 5 minutes later, she's like, no, you know what? Tell me. So it was close to $2,000 that she lost just because she wasn't qualified. And from there on, I tell people, guys, whether you like the Wealth Builder or not, or you understand it or not, just make sure that your team knows about it, because you just never know who in your first, second, or third level is going to, love this program, is just going to use this system to build his business, and you're just going to miss out. on commission. So yes, you could miss a lot if you don't start with a wealth builder, especially if you're serious in building or you're a distributor. Obviously, if you're a distributor, you want to build. So that's the way that I would build. You know, the way that I would build personally, and I said that a lot, is I would build with preferred customers only, because I would get 25% for every single order that they would place. Us as a company, we only do a 10% markup for preferred customers to distributor, which is not huge. You know, other companies have 20, 25%, which I understand that difference, but we only have, 10%, $20 product, it's only $2 difference. So it's not much that you're going to save from a preferred customer to a distributor. So that's the way I would build. Then when that person, that customer is ready and wants to build, then I would upgrade him to a distributor. Now he has his mind is focused on building. Now he has a testimony of the product. Now he understands a little about who we are and our mission. Now he understands, and they understand a little about the compensation plan. And now they're ready to talk to people and tell them how they can earn their product for free. How can they get ROI fast? And now their mentality is different than a customer. Every time that I pull reports, we see a lot of people that are just distributors. But you see how many people they have in their organization, and they don't sign anybody up. They're just there for the product. So when I explain the leader how much money they're losing, because yes, that first month as a distributor, when you sign up a distributor, you get 25% on anything they buy, but for the first 30 days only. Okay. After that, you're down to 7%, which is your regular commissions, your unit level. So you want to make sure that everybody understands that you're missing that's 17% that you're losing for having a glorified customer as a distributor. So that's the way I would build. And until they tell me I'm ready to build, then I upgrade them to a distributor. Every time that you upgrade from a preferred customer to a distributor, you still get another 30 days. So if Kurt is my preferred customer, and all of a sudden he decides to be a distributor, we upgrade him as a distributor, and I get another 30 days worth of a fast start, and he can buy the wealth builder, and still I would get the commissions for that. So coming back to the question, yes, you would lose a lot if you don't train your people on to qualify as a wealth builder.
Okay. Amy's asked a question. Can a distributor go back to a preferred customer? Can you switch back?
I've never done that, because why would they? They would pay a little more in products. I've never seen that happen, but I'm sure we could work something out with customer service. I mean, if they want to pay 10% more, they already gave their information. I mean, a customer, it's always for free, so there's no sign up fee or anything. You don't need to provide social security numbers or whatever kind of identification, federal ID in Australia. I'm not familiar with that, but you don't have to provide that. A customer, you just pretty much have your address and your credit information. You can order whenever you want. Okay.
Yeah, and someone was just asking about Utah on their phone. It's Salt Lake City is the city that you enter on your phone if you're looking for a world clock, so that if you put the world clock of Salt Lake City on your phone, then you can get the exact time of the back office. So I definitely recommend putting that on your phone.
Milo, if somebody was a distributor and they wanted to roll back being a preferred customer, wouldn't they just wait till their anniversary, the end of the year, and just not pay the $15 renewal fee, and then don't they automatically just roll back to a customer?
No, because it's you keep your status as a distributor inactive, and even though you stop paying your fee, you can't place any orders until you pay your renewal fee. Okay. So on this situation, maybe you just terminate your distributorship and you re-enroll as a customer.
Re-enroll as a customer.
Yeah, because if you place another order, the system will ask you to pay the enrolling fee. And if you call customer service, since we use a different system, we don't know if your renewal fee is due or not, because we don't get prompted with that pop-up. And sometimes people can just place orders through customer service, but that will not renew. You can just keep that's a distributor status. So yeah, I would have to probably terminate that distributorship and then re-enroll as a preferred customer.
Would they have to wait the 6 months?
No, not for that. I mean, as a preferred customer, if you downgraded, you don't have. It's just for distributors that wants to change organizations. You have that six month rule.
Okay. Was there anybody else that had any questions? If you want to type them in here, I think we've answered everybody's questions so far, Katie.
Yeah, I've got a question just with the new system that's coming that was emailed this morning. Currently, like if I want to teach someone how to read their report, you have to go to 2 different screens in the current system. It's a little bit cumbersome. You don't actually have a single snapshot of your report for the month. You have to visit 2 different, and you have to drill down, and you already know all that. Is that going to be consolidated into one report?
This is you guys are gonna love it. You guys are gonna love it. I've been doing testing, the last 2 weeks seriously, and just to make sure everything goes fine, compensation plan and everything. It's so simple. You'll pull a report. It'll start with a small screen, and then you can click on a little arrow on the top, and it'll maximize it. And you just have one screen with the whole report. Striking distance reports, new distributorships. I don't know. There's a lot of good reporting out there that you guys are going to have access to. Super simple to use and very, very user friendly for sure.
Okay.
Excellent. Katie, do you have any other questions for Milo?
No, I think that's about it. If anyone else has got any more questions, I think, yeah. Just check the question chat box. Is there anything else there? Yeah.
Milo, do you have any, what common questions do you have that maybe we haven't asked? Questions that people have asked you? Or maybe concerns that people have that maybe we haven't brought up?
Well, I get a lot of questions about a little bit of everything. They ask me, how would you build? How would you build if you were a distributor? And we touched a little about that. I don't know. I get a lot of questions on the Wealth Builder. We have that recording now that is available. I'm more than happy to jump on another one of your calls and just go through that. One of the ways that I've been training is that instead of using the PowerPoint, I put my computer and stand next to my whiteboard and kind of draw it out. And I ask the people to draw out the circles and everything that I'm drawing at the same time that I'm explaining it. And people, just get it super fast by seeing it and drawing it while we're explaining it. But yeah, we have, a lot of people don't know about the weekly change. So I think that's one of the things that you guys are going to be training on your team and how that works. What's the date, the period? When does the period start? When does it end? Who gets the daily? Who doesn't? So I think I don't know, unless you guys are specific. There's tons of questions out there on the comp plan. It's it's up to you guys if you have any more.
There's one more question here from Renee. She's asked it, I think, on Facebook, and Michael's pasted it here. She said, can you place someone in your organization? So you can place someone in your organization, doesn't have to be placed under someone you personally sponsored. Yes, that's right. Can you place someone in your organization under someone else that you?
Yeah. Like I said, we wouldn't recommend past the 3rd level, but yes, you can.
Yeah.
You're still the personal sponsor. You still get fast start for the first 30 days, but yeah, you will get the placement sponsor will get the volume to rank up.
Okay.
And we'll get paid the direct commissions also.
Milo, I'm going to ask you in advance. Could you be back next Friday and let's just do some Wealth Builder training?
Absolutely. We can do the same thing. I'll be in my office. I'll put the whiteboard. We can go through the Wealth Builder for sure. Absolutely.
Perfect. We'll do that next Friday. For those of you that are on the call right now, those of you listening on Facebook, we'll do Wealth Builder training next week with Milo.
Great.
Great.
All right. Well, Milo, thanks for taking time out of your evening and joining us tonight and being here. And everybody, Katie, Andrea, I know she had to jump off, but thanks for being with us, and we'll be back next week.
Thanks,
You're welcome.
everyone. Thanks for
Have a
joining
good
us.
one, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.